The view of hell current at Muhammad's time evolved from the various religions in the Middle East. It is interesting to note that early Judaism originally had no concept of hell, nor an afterlife. The concept of an afterlife was introduced later by rabbinical writers during the Hellenic period, borrowing from neighboring pagan religions. The Old Testament itself speaks only of Sheol, which meant grave, and it had a neutral connotation, a gloomy place of almost non-existence that everyone goes to, good or bad. It wasn't until Christianity that a doctrine of hell as a place of punishment for unbelievers begins to develop. One of the words translated as hell in the New Testament is Gehenna, which is the Greek version of the Hebrew word Gehinnom, where the Quranic word Jahannam comes from. Gehinnom literally means the valley of the son of Hinnom. It was a real place, a valley outside the walls of Jerusalem, which had been used by pagans for child sacrifice. In fact, Gehinnom still exists, and it is now a park in Greater Jerusalem. At the time of Jesus, this place was deemed unholy, and it was used to burn not only rubbish from the city, but also the dead bodies of criminals and animal carcasses. Continual fires were necessary to keep down the stench and putrefaction. The audience at the time of Jesus would have immediately understood his reference to Gehinnom in the Gospel of Matthew, when Jesus criticized the scribes and the Pharisees, saying, "Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of Gehenna?" It is clear from the New Testament that hell was not originally regarded as eternal. All mentions of hell by Jesus in the Gospels and in the book of Revelations indicate that the unbelievers will be burnt and destroyed, and their torments will not last forever. The idea of hell as eternal developed later as Christians were persecuted by the Romans. Feeling powerless, the Christian church fathers turned to elaborate fantasies of hell that awaited their pagan oppressors, in order to console and reassure themselves in the face of terrible oppression. Later, when Christianity became the state religion of Rome, the church found the idea of hell a convenient and effective way to control people. The myth of hell was graphically detailed by Christian writers, with images of unbelievers being forced to drink boiling water, or having their skins ripped off and then put back on again, having their eyes poked out and put back in again. At the time of Muhammad, this very graphic and literal view of hell was the current view, and so it was only natural that this is how he would describe it.